I do, and really there's only two scenarios, and I was laughing at it when New York City Council tried to initiate a tax on crypto transactions because it was actually kind of hilarious because that just means they don't know how crypto works and they're trying to tax it at the same time. Um, but what it really comes down to is if the government tries to tax cryptocurrency, they are segregating themselves and law-abiding citizens who I use that term loosely because abiding with taxation is a whole other thing. Taxation is theft, but those who would obey those taxes would become their own segment of the economy. Well,
Mhm.
there would be an entire other, probably majority, who are not going to obey and pay those taxes because the reality is cryptocurrency gives so many ways for that not to be not to be trackable, not to be traceable, and not to be realistic for the government to collect on those. Historically, anytime the government bans something or tries to regulate something that it can't physically regulate, it can't actually control, what do we have? We have prohibition, gave rise to the mob. We have prostitution, gave rise to human trafficking. We have abortion, right? Um, these things that it tries to control that it can't actually stop, it always just gives rise to a black market and to, frankly, a very powerful black market. I think with cryptocurrency, if the government tries to tax transactions or income in cryptocurrency, what they're going to end up doing is they're going to end up making themselves the minority as far as people who are actually willing to comply with that, not just because there's so many, freedom-loving people out there that don't want to pay taxes, but because it's extremely impractical and it doesn't make sense from a cryptocurrency use perspective to pay those taxes on every transaction.
Mhm.
And most people just won't even understand how to do that.